Fable. I got a special guest with me here today. We got Poke in the building. Hey, say what's up, Poke. Say what's up. Hey, look here, man. Poke is one of the dopest MCs that you are going to hear out here on the West Coast. I heard him out here in Las Vegas a long time ago. This man has been one of the dopest MCs that I've ever heard for a long time. I'm happy to have him in the building. Hey, look, I'm going to show him to the world. And, he already got his own buzz. He already got his own thing going, but he's finally made it to the show. So what's the word, man? So
the word, what's the mathematics?
All right, look. Well, tell them something about yourself, man. Tell them what got you going with this music. Tell them what made you want to do this. Tell them what made you want to do music.
As you know, I did music my whole life. But as far as, putting music out there for the world to listen to, I kind of was inspired by, my favorite artists that I listen to. And,
West Coast legends.
I listen to a lot of East Coast music.
Oh, you listen to East Coast? Okay.
Yeah.
See, that's something new. See.
Yeah.
But your swag crazy West Coast though. So that's dope. But with that being said, Pac is he from New York.
Yes,
right?
Sir.
Somewhere on the East Coast, but he represents the West. There's a lot of dope East Coast artists, so it's like. No, I get it. I'm a fan of a few cats from the East Coast.
Yeah.
Like Nas and stuff like that. Nas was crazy. Nas was crazy. I don't know. Well, you saw that little flicker?
Yeah,
I don't know what that was. But you know what? So. Well, these is older cats, like we said, Nas and Pac and stuff like that.
Right.
Like, what you think of, like, the state of hip-hop? Like, what do you think of, like, how hip-hop is now and where it originated from? And, like, cats like ourselves, that are dope and that should be doing this music, but they feel like they shouldn't because of ageism or whatever it is. What do you think about just dealing with that?
I actually like what hip hop is, especially in today, for many reasons, including ageism, for a simple fact that you can really have your own lane. You know what I'm saying? You could, with social media, it's just like you could tap in with like-minded people that with things that have you got similar shit in common, you know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
That's a fact. And so you could be young and you could, have your people follow you. You could be older and you can have your people follow you.
Yeah.
And you don't need to be just subject to the radio or the music videos on BET.
Yeah.
And whatever they got for you, that's all we got. You could select what you want to.
No, I hear that. I hear that. No, I hear that.
Yeah.
That's it gives it. No, I hear that.
It's like Netflix. You don't gotta wait to see what HBO playing. You can go on Netflix and pick what you want to watch. Same thing with music.
Yeah. See, when we were growing up, you had to go through the platforms of BET. Yeah. You had to go through the platforms of MTV. You had to go through the platforms of radio out here in Vegas, 97, 98, 88, all these channels you had to go through just to be heard, to get your music out. But you know what? Deal with social media, like you said, you can find your tribe, you can find your people that are like-minded and still create a buzz.
Exactly.
But to combat that, the difference is the paycheck, though. It's a lot different. Now, I tell you, if you was able to cross through 88 or through 97, you was able to get on MTV and you actually was the owner of the music, man.
Right.
That paycheck was a lot different than dealing with, because I feel like social media only gives you like pennies on the dollar.
Yes, sir.
But you know what? it does give independent artists more room to grow if you do it right.
Definitely, that part.
So it's like a lot of doors will be closed in your face. A lot of doors will be slammed in your face when you want to. Go over to them platforms because they remember shelf artists and stuff like that.
And he's stuck.
You stay stuck. So it's like, man, I'd rather be an independent social media artist than signed on a major and stuck on a shelf, because you can't even put your music out.
Exactly.
You can't do nothing.
Yeah. And they got all different type of deals now too, where it's basically you will create the whole project yourself, turn it in, and get a check right there off the back. It's like turn it in, get a check.
Yeah.
It's all different type of ways. I started off selling my music on the corner. You know what I'm saying? I went out on the intersections in all the major cities in America and got out there and got into the culture. I went to everywhere they say you're not supposed to go, where all our people at.
Yeah.
And I hopped out there and I interacted and embraced different cultures and shook hands and did it hand to hand.
No, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No. What was that like though? How was that? How was that journey? Like doing that? How did it feel to connect with your fans and connect with the real people while you was out there, getting your face out there, putting, what do they call it? They call that beat in the street, right?
Yeah. Out the trunk.
Out the trunk, beat in the street. Yeah.
It's really it was beautiful to me, but the best part about it to me was the fact that I could go to different people communities and embrace their culture and see how they getting down, how they living, and how they, just the whole culture of many different places, you know what I'm saying, and embrace it. And when you go to a place that, like when I go to this, if I'm making a certain type of sound, or I think I'm in a certain type of box, and I go to a whole different region, and these people in these communities is fucking with the music, it builds a certain different type of confidence and appreciation for, me doing music myself. I appreciate my music more,
Yeah. Kind of like, what? I like what you said about that, though. It's like, you're able, like, I love how you said you can go to different communities, because a lot of people, they'll stay in their city. A lot of people will stay, if you're in Vegas, you really just gonna go hit California, or you might hit Arizona,
Colorado,
Colorado.
Seattle.
But if you can make it all the way to the South, or you can make it to the South, man, the South really support. The South really mess with West Coast for real.
Honestly, the whole country fuck with West Coast.
Yeah, well, yeah, nah. Some people got a real. I ain't gonna cap. I'm not gonna. Some people got a real hatred for the West. I don't understand it. I never, because the West love everybody. Like, and you think everybody gonna love the West because the West love everybody, but. That's not the case. And I'm not going to get on that. I'm not going to say who don't mess with the West. And if you already know who don't mess with the West, then you know what I'm talking about. I ain't got to bring it up. But the South, like Cash Money and No Limit, they just did that versus, right?
Yes, sir.
Man, they set the city on fire regardless of the ageism, regardless of where they was from, regardless. Man, they had things lit. They had the internet, like we was talking about, going crazy.
Yes, sir.
And that's due to this new stuff, social media.
Yes,
So
sir.
they didn't have to go through all these different platforms to get their buzz back. Man, No Limit, you ain't heard from No Limit in so long, but I guess they ain't got no limit on what time they can get their buzz going, because they came back with a vengeance, man.
Yeah.
Who you think won? Who you think won that versus?
I think I would have appreciated if I saw Wayne and Turk and, you know what I'm saying, up there with BJ and Jovi. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, respect.
No Limit definitely came with the energy.
Yeah.
Both of them was making great music growing up. I was a Cash Money fan. I wanted to be a hot boy when I was, in middle school.
Facts.
So I was already, I wanted to see Cash Money whoop on No Limit, and but I listened to Master P, Mystical, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
C Murder, Silk the Shocker. We fucked with all that too, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it was cool to see Snoop come out on with No Limit. He still got the same No Limit chain from,
Yeah.
It was dope. It was dope for the culture.
It was dope for the culture, man. But I was same. I was expecting Cash Money to come and spank him.
Yeah.
I ain't even gonna lie, but when I watched it, I was just like,
it was the other way around.
It was the other way around.
It reminded me of the same thing with Dipset and Locks. Like I thought Dipset was finna whoop on the Locks.
Yeah, and then it just switched up. Yeah. But that just show you the difference between that engine that we was just talking about, because that engine of pushing narrative, because people didn't even know Master P was getting down like he was getting down. I'm not even just talking about the skills, because if they'd have brought Wayne, it'd have been a whole different story. It would have been a whole different story. I ain't even about to get into it. If they'd have brought Wayne, it's a whole different story.
Shout out to Lil Wayne, man.
But you know what?
Hot boys.
Due to that business, due to your business, what you put out, is what you get back. Because you think Wayne is too big to go, but Snoop came. You know what I'm saying? And that's because the business that Master P put out, Snoop felt it in his heart that he should be there. Exactly. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Wayne should have had that in his heart to where, like, I would never leave my guys down. So I don't know what happened, but it had to be bad business. That's the only thing I could think of. Because, but you know what? Through Cash Money's run, they did that thing. Everyone wanted to be
doing it.
Yeah, it's still doing it.
A young boy now.
Yeah. They got Young Boy. They got what's his name? Dude just went to jail, got out. Kind of sound like Wayne. This
Young Thug.
Young Thug.
Yes, sir.
He put up big numbers.
Drake,
you know what I'm saying?
Drake,
Nicki. Once Cash Money took the ball, they never let it go. And that's the thing. I feel like Master P went on a different route of, trying to push his people forward. So that's dope. I never knock him for that. But he kind of feel like he let the music go. But he never lost that business. He never lost how he gonna take care of his folks. And I love how his folks showed up for him. I realized, man, that was beautiful to see. And that's why, we got to talk about forgiveness. We got to talk about things that is just like, you got to letting stuff go. We was talking about that before. Like, sometimes you just got to let stuff go. It's not caring. It's not caring. But it's just forgiving. You know what I'm saying? I feel like if Wayne could have just let whatever he let go, even though I feel like it might not be that, but there was a Turk definitely was holding a lot of hostility, and then obviously Baby was holding it, because at the end of the show, Baby just went off on everybody. You know what I'm saying?
It's like a history of resentment.
It's like a history of resentment. So it's just like, man, we got to figure out a way to come together, because I promise you, and that night at that versus battle showed you, only way we can win is together.
Yes, sir.
Only way we can win is together. Everybody can root for you, have all these expectations for you, and hope, because everyone had that expectation for Cash Money to do their thing. But if you don't come together to do it, it just ain't gonna be what it's supposed to be. So, if there's I love to send my messages, so my message today is, we through all this stuff, whatever anybody going through, I don't really care what happened. We do got to find a way to forgive. I'm not saying you got, like, Turk need to go run over there and be all up underneath Baby all the time and stuff like that, but he do got to find a way to where they can do this together, because they hurting themselves.
Exactly.
They ain't hurting nobody else. They actually helping the other team win.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like
they beating themselves.
Yeah. So it's like, I don't even know if Cash Money really lost to No Limit compared to Cash Money losing to themselves.
Yes, sir.
So we just gotta find forgiveness, and and we gonna figure it out. But hey, y'all rocking with Phabile, y'all rocking with Poke, man. We in the building. You guys now know the word. You guys now know the mathematics. Y'all tap in. We'll see you next time.